What happens when an empire built on imagination, dreams, and wonder starts to crumble under the weight of its own ambition? Disney, once a beacon of magic and joy, now finds itself at a crossroads. How did the company that once defined childhoods and shaped generations lose its way? From its humble beginnings in a small animation studio to becoming a global powerhouse with theme parks, media dominance, and streaming services, Disney seemed invincible. But somewhere along the way, the magic began to fade, and the empire's foundations began to crack. Was it overexpansion? A failure to adapt? Or was it something deeper, something intrinsic to the very nature of dreams themselves? In this journey, we'll trace Disney's rise, its eventual overreach, and the dramatic downfall of its three most iconic channels. Let's explore how this once invincible kingdom started to lose its grip. In the early 1920s, a young dreamer from Chicago named Walt Disney was about to transform not just the world of animation, but the very concept of storytelling itself. Picture this: a struggling animator fighting to make a name for himself, but haunted by the specter of failure. With his back against the wall, he created a character, a mouse. Not just any mouse, but one with the magic to speak, think, and feel. This was Mickey. It wasn't just animation, it was a revolution. In 1928, Steamboat Willie debuted, and suddenly, the world wasn't just watching cartoons, they were living them. Mickey became a cultural icon, and Walt, the architect of a new kind of entertainment, was born. By 1955, Walt's vision had outgrown the confines of ink and paint. Disney wasn't just a cartoon factory, it was becoming a kingdom. Disneyland opened in Anaheim, California, and in a single day, it forever altered the landscape of entertainment. It was a place where stories jumped off the screen and into reality, where families could step inside the worlds they'd only dreamed of. Walt Disney wasn't just building a theme park. He was forging a portal into the impossible, where imagination could roam free and every corner held a new possibility. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Disney wasn't just a company, it was a cultural phenomenon. It captivated an entire generation by turning every movie, show, and product into an event. With characters like Simba from The Lion King and Aladdin, Disney became synonymous with powerful emotions and magical experiences. The Disney Channel was at the heart of it all, launching stars like Miley Cyrus and the Jonas Brothers, and becoming a lifestyle brand for millions. Beyond just films and shows, Disney had woven itself into the very fabric of daily life. Its iconic characters and endless parade of merchandise made it a constant presence in households around the world. The parks became pilgrimage sites for families, eager to experience the wonder and escapism Disney promised. For a time, Disney was the ultimate symbol of happiness, joy, and innocence, dominating every aspect of pop culture and shaping the childhoods of millions. Disney's ambitions skyrocketed in the early 2000s, expanding far beyond its roots in animation and theme parks. The acquisition of Pixar in 2006 marked the beginning of a new era, where Disney tapped into the creative energy of the studio that had redefined animation. This was followed by the purchase of Marvel in 2009, which birthed an empire of superheroes, and Lucasfilm in 2012, bringing Star Wars under Disney's control. These acquisitions solidified Disney's position as the dominant storyteller of our time, not just in animation, but across multiple genres. Disney's reach was no longer confined to films and theme parks. It was shaping pop culture and controlling narratives on a global scale. As Disney continued to expand, It set its sights on streaming with the launch of Disney Plus in 2019, aiming to challenge Netflix's dominance. The platform brought together Disney's vast array of content, from Marvel to Pixar, offering a one-stop shop for fans. Meanwhile, Disney's theme parks grew into global empires, cementing Disneyland as a symbol of immersive experiences. However, with such vast expansion came a new challenge. Could Disney maintain control over its ever-growing empire and continue to balance creativity with corporate ambition? Disney World, once the epitome of family escapism, began to lose its enchantment as the years passed. In the 90s and early 2000s, it was a magical place where dreams came true, and families would save for years to experience its wonders. The promise of an affordable, immersive getaway was at the heart of the park's allure, with Cinderella's castle standing as a symbol of childhood magic. However, as Disney World expanded, the magic became increasingly commodified. Ticket prices surged, and what was once a personal, intimate experience turned into a crowded, profit-driven spectacle, with long lines, expensive food, and a sense that everything had a price tag. The cracks in the once perfect experience grew even wider as Disney pushed into the luxury market, charging premium prices for everything from fast passes to resort stays. What had once been a place of wonder and nostalgia became a cookie-cutter, corporate-driven enterprise. The pandemic forced the parks to close, but when they reopened, the magic was noticeably absent. Disney's media empire, once a leader in creativity and cultural influence, began to crumble as it struggled to keep up with changing times. The Disney Channel, which had once been the go-to destination for kids, started to lose its magic. What was once a hub for unique shows and rising stars became a factory of predictable teen dramas and reality shows. As kids turned to platforms like YouTube and Netflix for fresher, more organic content, meanwhile, the very concept of a channel was becoming outdated. As on-demand streaming platforms like Netflix, YouTube, and Disney's own Disney Plus reshaped how content was consumed. The Disney Channel tried to adapt, but the audience had already moved on, preferring to binge-watch series or follow their favorite creators online. When Disney Plus launched in 2019, it seemed like a game changer, bringing Disney's vast content library to one platform, including exclusive Star Wars and Marvel series that excited fans. Initially, it was a rush of nostalgia, with audiences eager to relive their childhood and explore new content. However, as time passed, the platform started to feel bloated, focusing more on quantity than quality. Rehashed Marvel movies and reimagined Star Wars stories left many fans indifferent, and what was once a thrilling ride became predictable and formulaic. Disney Plus began to lose its initial shine, and subscriptions began to slow as the content failed to keep the hype alive. The platform's identity crisis became more apparent as it struggled to balance the demands of its diverse audience while maintaining the magic Disney had built its empire on. Marvel and Star Wars could only carry so much weight, and Disney's increasing focus on inclusivity through woke storytelling alienated some fans. Instead of delivering fresh, creative content, new releases began to feel more like corporate statements. As Disney's story unfolds, we must ask ourselves, are we witnessing the end of an era or the beginning of something new? If you want to look into the world of corporate empires and the rise and fall of giants, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more as we continue to explore the fascinating world of business, culture, and the stories that shape our lives.